Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique All Games Terrain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is the Monday painting video. What is the Monday painting video? What's it all about? Well, the Monday painting video is a painting video, but the model or models in question are voted on by you guys, my viewers. From last week's Weekly Wednesday, which is a weekly Q&A, I show you guys a host of models and you guys vote on what you want me to paint for next Monday's painting video. In the event of a tie, I do a dice roll, but luckily this week the winner is the Dark Apostolate. Of his two Dark Disciples, here's him being one of them, and here's the other one. So for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a minute. Right, so regulars on the channel would know, when I built this guy from the Combat Patrol, Chaos Spaceman Combat Patrol box, the other disciple was missing his arms. Okay, I've got his book there, but he's missing his arms. I searched the book, searched the box, couldn't find it. I said, I'll get onto it later, Well, unfortunately, later is now, because this guy's won the vote, so I need to sort this guy out as well now. Now, he's missing his head as well. Bloody hell. So I'd imagine his arms come round and has his head there. So what I'm thinking is, I put his book on him. What I'm thinking is maybe, I don't know, I was going to put some Chaos Spaceman arm here, just the wrist part, just make it look like arms going in, but I didn't realise he's missing his head as well. Doing me. So anyway, I'm going to clip these bits off first and then figure out what I'm going to do then. Right, so I went through the bits box and I couldn't find very much of anything. So I checked the rules for this guy, the Dark Apostolate. He can have a Mark of Chaos. Khorne, Nurgle, Slaanesh, Tzeentch, doesn't matter. So then I was like, okay, let me have a look through the bits box. So I found some Plaguebearer bits. So I'm going to just glue them onto him to try and find him everywhere, to try and get rid of that. Just make him at least half presentable. Now he's not really important in game terms. He's not bodyguard unit or doesn't have attacks, stuff like that. I think they actually do have attacks, but they follow him. And he does something there where he can use one of those to give himself a bonus or a buff. So I'm just going to whack him, glue him together, and then I'm going to come back and show you what I've done. Here's what I've come up with. Grotesquely amazing. So this head's coming out the hand there, which the hand is all weird way round. I took part of the book and glued part of the Nurgling arm on. That arm is supposed to have that hand on the other end. So I just glued the book into him to make it look like his book's part of a blade or something he has. There's his book. Now, the Plaguebearer head on the top of him looks absolutely amazing, but it actually looks like a mask and not actually his head. So, which is absolutely fantastic as well. So I'm going to leave it to dry for a little while. I'm going to set my wet palette and come back to you with my wet palette colours. Right, so whilst the other two are being sprayed and drying, I'm going to get on with this guy. So I have Youth and Grey, Mitsubishi Armour. I have Khorne Red, because I did look and he can have Mark of Chaos, so I was going to do him as a Khorne one, but then I said, no, actually, because the other guy has a Plaguebearer mask type thing, I think it'd be better if I do him as Nurgle. So I've got Deathguard Green, I've got some Moot Green, I've got some Leadbelcher, but I already put Khorne Red on the wet palette, so we're going to have to use that for something else. The first thing I'm going to do is take some Youth and Grey, and I'm going to hit all of these little bits that are dripping off and all the flames and his scrolls. And I'm going to go off camera and do all the rest of those. So here we are. Now I'm going to come in with the Khorne Red, and I'm going to paint his cloak. corn red. Get that all out the way. Don't think there's, I might paint this little bit inside the book as well, corn red, just to give a bit different colour. Right, so now I'm going to come in with some Death Guard green, and I'm going to, I don't know if I should try and just pick out the bits, or if I should just give it a quick once over and just let it blend in. I'm going to do the armour panels with this lovely green. Right, so I've added 2 colours to the wet palette. Oh, of course, you idiot. Right, we'll try that one again. Oh, dear me. So, I've had 2 colours to wet palette, Rhinox Hide and White Scars. Camera doesn't want to focus now. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to come in with some Rhinox Hide. It has a leather pouch here. Well, not even a pouch, it's just a bit of leather encasing this bolt pistol, or bolt gun. He's got bolt pistol I think he's armed with. Then I'm going to come in with White Scars. And I'm going to come to the flames and just start highlighting as much as I can down the bottom. Now this method, this part of it isn't going to be like that noticeable until I go to the next stage. So I've got candles on his back here, so I'm going to give them a white scars brush over. Also going to give his top of his head white scars. I'm going to try and run it just along his cloth, not too much, just so when I go to the next stage there is a little variation in there. Without me throwing them, dropping the painting handle and throwing them all everywhere. Right, so I'm going to leave that to dry for a few minutes. Right, so I also painted his little staff handle with Rhinox Hide. And I'm going to come in with some Leadbelcher, pick out everything that I think is to be metal. So this stuff, and it's got a few little bits in between the power armor. And pick up all those bits, and then even give the braziers a little, just a gentle once over with the silver. Right, we're going to take this guy a bit further now. So I'm going to come in with some Raglan Fleshshade. I'm going to paint his whole face with this. That's why we come in with the white first of all, just after the Ethan Grey, just to add a little bit of highlighting on there. Now taking some of the shade off the brush, and I'm just going to maneuver that around a little bit. Take some more off the brush. I want his face to be very pale, but just with a hint of the shade. Now I'm going to use a frozen camo shade. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the end of this first. A bit too much, but then I'm going to come in and get all this cloth. Get it really dirty down. Get some more, take some of that off of there. All these metal braziers are going to get hit. The writing in the book's going to get a hit as well. Next I'm going to come with some Drukari Violet, another shade. And I'm going to get all the flames. All these bits dangling down. And the tops of the candles as well. Now I'm making some progress. I'm going to leave this dry. Now I'm going to come with some Retributorama, and this is the painstaking part. Picking out all of the gold trim. The likes of this. I'm not going to paint it gold. I'm going to give it a quick once brush over. So it's still got the green coming through and everything else. I'm going to crack on to the rest of the model. Right, I said the hard task of doing the gold trim, but it actually wasn't that hard because I started just dry brushing around the edges and just give me, well, not dry brushing, but just brushing the gold over the raised bits on his legs, and just gave a faint gold trim around the leg. A little bit on the backpack as well. So for all intensive purposes, this guy is battle ready. So what I'm going to do now, for everyone that's new, is take him beyond battle ready standard. What does that mean? Well, this could be a dry brush, could be edge highlight, could be dry paint, you know, so many different bits and pieces you can use. It could be a combination of all of them. It could just be one thing. But I'm going to take some mint green, really water it down, so I want it to be like a wash. I'm going to take some, I'm going to come in and gently just layer it in. I'm not going to do all of this on camera, I'm going to do a little bit, just so you get the idea. Now, don't panic, because it looks bright now. Because it's watered down, it looks really bright, but it's going to, well, it looks bright anyway, but as it dries off, it's going to really dull itself down to the desired colour. Right, so now I'm going to take some corn red from the wet palette, mix it with some Euphren grey, get a nice light red colour. I'm going to come along, hit the edge of the cloak, stipple it around those little bits, just bring it along the raised areas. It looks a little bit bright now, but it will dull itself down. Unfortunately, the Drukari Violet is still a little wet. what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of white scars, and I am going to flick it along the edge. I ideally wanted the Druki to be totally dry, but this will work just as much. And this guy is done. I think he looks absolutely fantastic. I didn't even realise he had a little symbol on his forehead, but okay. Absolutely fantastic. Now it's just the other two guys to do. See how that's dulled down? You still can see it, but it's a little bit shiny, a little bit wet, but it's still looking good. So once this undercoat on the other two guys has dried, I'm going to come back and do them guys as well. So these guys are now undercoated and ready. So the first thing I'm going to do, the sensor bearer guy, is I'm going to come in with some Euphon Grey. I'm going to paint the flames. The flames are going to be done exactly the same way as the other guys' flames were. So I'm not going to need to show you how to do that. I'm just going to tell you what I'm doing there. So I paint both the skin areas on this one and on the other guy. So now I'm going to come in with the Death Guard green and to paint all their cloaks with Death Guard green. I'm going to follow their cloaks the same way I did the armour on the other guy. Again, I don't need to show you that all on camera. Right, next I'm going to come in with a bit of Rhinoxide. Just pick out the pouches. There's some scrolls here, I'm going to get those as well. Right, so now I'm going to come in with some Retributor armour. I'm going to pick out sensor bearer and stuff like that. Basically anything on the model that I think should be gold, I'm going to pick out. It's got a little symbol on his belt there. And same with the other guy. Next I'm going to come with Druki Violet and do the flame coming off of Mr. Man. Same way I did the flames on the other guy. Then I'm going to come in with Reikland Flesh Shade on this guy, on his skin. And I'm going to do Plate Bearer Flesh on the other guy's skin. And now we have them. Very nice, very easy, very simple. So the paint's still a little bit wet on the wash. He's looking good. Now I could paint silver on the chain, which I'm not going to. I want it to just be a dark chain just hanging off of him. That green over, wash over the top of the Death Guard green looks very nice. There's the other guy. Paint the horn purple as well, the Druki Violet. Very simple, very easy. Again, I could come in and do some like yellow and red dots on his boils on his arm, but I'm not going to bother doing that because they're just extras that accompany the big man around. I'm really happy with this guy. I'm really pleased with this guy. Very, very simple, but it looks absolutely fantastic. So guys, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button because it costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on so you don't miss anything. Everyone hit the thumbs up button so it triggers YouTube, share this video with more and more people, which makes this amazing community of you guys grow even more. any comments or anything about these guys, chuck them below as always. Massive thank you to everyone who voted. Massive thank you to all you guys who are watching. Thank you guys. Until next time, take it easy.